Hi there, Aries. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at July 13 through July 19. This week is an emotional pressure cooker, Aries, for you and pretty much everybody else, with 6 planets in vulnerable water signs, most of them Cancer, your fourth house of home and domesticity, and an emotional new moon in Cancer as well. So you've just moved in with somebody, or you've gotten a new roommate, or you're thinking about selling up, and something comes along to make you feel as if you're being pressured, or the timing's not right, or maybe it's just too much for you. Luckily, there's also a stabilizing trine and a temporary assignment for Venus. It's going to help calm whatever storm is brewing. Pluto is scheduled to make the news Monday, July 13, when NASA spacecraft New Horizons flies near the planet that is no longer a planet after a 9.5-year journey. At this point, we can only imagine what scientific information the spacecraft will send back to Earth. The emotional climax of the week comes Wednesday, July 15, when 6 planets, which is a lot, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, and a new moon in Cancer, as well as Saturn in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces, will be in emotional water signs. So watch out for tears and fears, Aries. You're a fire sign, so you don't tend to get as emotional, but think about the fact that water can put out fire. So as logical as you're trying to be, and as bright and happy and everything's fine, the water signs, when they turn on the waterworks, it's kind of difficult to get past, isn't it? Wednesday is also the day of the Cancer new moon, marking the beginning of a fertile 2-week period of growth. This new moon is carrying a lot of baggage. On Wednesday, Mars and Pluto are also involved in a face-off, guaranteed to weigh down any startup plan, and Mercury doesn't help things when it gets in on the act Thursday, July 16. It's already been a hard slog to get to a full aggressive speed with Mars in emotionally defensive Cancer. But this double face-off between Mercury, Mars, and Pluto is a huge red light if you're planning to start something new this month. While you're waiting for the light to change, which will be next week, don't forget to stay hydrated and get lots of exercise, and try not to go off the deep end, Aries. Thursday also brings you a short but balanced trine between the Cancer moon and Saturn, helping to stabilize the general emotional volatility of the atmosphere. There's another short but welcome reprieve Saturday, July 18, when Venus makes a temporary sign change from dramatic Leo to quiet and reasonable Virgo. And then, however, Venus slips back into Venus retrograde for the month of August through September 5. Now that's going to be tricky, being that you're a fire sign and that Leo represents your 5th house of romance and creativity. But more on that later, because it hasn't happened yet. So this week, tears for fears. Let's just think about that. If you find yourself surrounded by people who want to cry and want to stamp their feet and want to do the emotional blackmail thing on you, you're just going to have to grin and bear it and know it too shall pass. Thanks, Aries. Be kind to yourself.